State Senator Todd Kaminsky wrote the no-cash bail law that has inflicted this scourge of crime on New York City and New York State. And the woman running against State Senator Todd Kaminsky, her name is Victoria Johnson. She once worked in the assembly, by the way. She's from Rockville Center, and she's on with us right now. She's running for election, to the New York State Senate against Todd Kaminsky. It's called District 9, and her name is Victoria Johnson. Good morning, Victoria.
Good morning.
Hi there. Hey, listen, you tell us, Victoria Johnson, and you're my neighbor out there. You're the daughter of a retired NYPD police officer. Tell us about Todd Kaminsky and this no-cash bail law.
Well, first, let me just say thank you so much for having me on the show. Secondly, you hit it right on the head. You hit the nail on the head. You know, he's very proud of being a former prosecutor. So for him to say that, you know, he didn't know what was going to happen is very disingenuous. You know, he knew exactly what was going to happen. And then in April, they claimed that they tweaked it and they this, but what they failed to tell you is that there are still approximately 200 felonies still part of that law that do not require bail. And they go from child violence to drugs, arson, guns, serious burglaries. You know, it's absolutely ridiculous. He's just doing the bidding of the New York City Democrats, and he won't fess up to it. And interestingly enough, you can't find him saying anything about bail reform, defunding the police on his website, on his Twitter site. He's silent on those issues. Or that issue. So, yeah, he is single-handedly the most culpable in this situation, you know, and I even have a video on my site, on my both my website and my Facebook account, showing him being thanked by Senator Gianaris for helping to write this, you know, so, you know, he really has no defense. He has no defense in this.
No, I mean, and it's great that you're on with Bernie and Sid. We've got a huge audience, of course, Victoria, as you know. So this will give you some eyeballs out there, some ears, I should say, out there, really, because it's right on TV. But other than that, how do you get your message out? What do you do on a daily basis to let people know that Kaminsky's no good and you, in fact, are the right choice?
Well, you know, COVID has made it very difficult because, you know, usually you would have events at night during the day and you'd be able to speak to groups of people at one clip.
Right.
And that really isn't happening. You know, even if you go so far as like civic associations, Kiwanis, some of them, you know, are starting to have events, but the majority aren't. And then there's usually the train stations that you know, usually the candidates will go to. And, you know, you've got 100 people going in an hour. It's just not worth it. So it's really about social media this time around. So I'm on, you know, we boost my really good videos, the ones that are really important. You know, just let me say one other thing that I failed to say earlier. Todd Kaminsky has not been endorsed, not even by one police union.
Wow.
And even Long Beach, which is where he lives, you know, everybody knows that, they didn't endorse him. They endorsed me. And I've been endorsed by 11 police unions. So
it makes sense.
That's very telling. Yep, and that's very telling.
That is very telling. Yes, we're speaking with Victoria Johnson. She's running against State Senator Todd Kaminsky, responsible for writing the disastrous no-cash bail law.